Alright guys, in today's video we're going to be talking about body fat percentage, aka how lean should you be to actually be training calisthenics and to get the very most out of your training. So let's dive right into today's video. And why am I making this video now? Well, basically because I just got out of a mini cut and I've got a little bit leaner over the last couple of weeks now, and I pretty much firsthand have experienced the effect that losing body fat has on my calisthenics training. So I feel like right now is the time for me to make this video. And first of all guys, let's talk about the effect of losing body fat on your calisthenics training. If you know anything about calisthenics, you know that quite an important thing in calisthenics is something called relative strength, aka how strong are you in comparison to your body weight. And that basically means is that when you're doing calisthenics training, if you are heavier, you pretty much need to be stronger to do the same movements. And that is why calisthenics training for heavier people tends to be harder than for very skinny and very light people. And so when you're training calisthenics, it makes sense to be as light as possible, because that simply is going to have an effect on your training. It's going to make everything a hell of a lot easier, especially when training things like front lever and planche. The lighter you are, the easier it's going to be to learn those movements and to progress quite a lot quicker in your training. And so what you try to do as a calisthenics athlete, you pretty much are striving for the optimal amount of body fat to make it as easy as possible for yourself to do calisthenics training and to learn different skills like planche or front lever, in which relative strength is quite important. And the way that you have to look at body fat is pretty much like weight that isn't supposed to be on your body, because pretty much doing pull-ups with a lot of body fat is pretty much the same thing as doing weighted pull-ups, because your body fat isn't helping you, it's only gonna make the entire exercise more difficult. And so with that being said, what a lot of people are going to think now is that, alright, I have to be as lean as possible to actually train calisthenics, which actually is not the case. Basically, what you're trying to do now is trying to find a balance between being as lean as possible, but also having enough body fat to just simply, be strong and to live a life that isn't miserable. If you are too lean, that will have an effect on your overall energy levels throughout the day, and it's going to make your training not enjoyable. You're not going to perform well, and you're simply not going to live a very enjoyable life if you're striving to be as lean as possible. And when you have too much body fat, that is going to be a hindrance to you in your calisthenics training. And I also found in my experience that if you have more body fat, you will not only be heavier, but you will also feel heavier when you actually are doing your training, which in calisthenics definitely isn't a good thing. And so to pretty much answer the question, what is the ideal body fat percentage? Well, there basically isn't one. The optimal body fat percentage to train calisthenics simply is not a thing, and it depends massively on the individual. Most people that are very good at calisthenics tend to be quite small and quite skinny, which then makes it quite easy for them, or easier for them, to actually obtain very high level calisthenics skills. But then on the other side of the spectrum is this guy from Ukraine, I think and that guy actually weighs about 97 kilograms and is able to do one-arm pull-ups, one-arm front levers, planche, all the amount of good stuff. So don't think that you have to be small and lean to do calisthenics. You definitely can still obtain high level skills if you are a little bit heavier, but I've actually made a video about that a couple of months ago, so if you want to have more information about actually training calisthenics when you're a little bit heavier, watch that video after watching this video. And so what I want you guys to do is simply try it out for yourself and try to look for the amount of body fat you have to be as good as possible on your calisthenics training. And that is a little bit of a vague thing, so I'm gonna pretty much end up this video with my experience on actually looking for the amount of body fat to have when you're actually training calisthenics. What I personally do is I pretty much tend to be at maintenance pretty much all year round and do little small mini cuts in between. And what I am striving for is simply kind of a feeling of being generally light throughout the day and when I'm actually training. When I feel like my energy is taking a hit, I simply allow myself to eat a little bit more food throughout the day, and then I go right back to maintenance calories. If I feel like I actually have gained a little bit too much body fat, I will do a mini cut or simply just kind of bump up my activity to lose a bit of body fat to get back down to a point where I actually feel comfortable training my calisthenics. And if I have gained a lot of body fat, let's say over the entire course of lockdown last year, what I will do is do a mini cut, which I actually did a couple of weeks ago. By the way, check out those videos, good videos if you guys haven't seen them already. And that is pretty much my experience and my way to actually do things, and that is also going to be the end of the video. So as always, like and subscribe if you guys haven't already. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys have any more video advice, questions or video ideas, leave them below in the comment section. Once again, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. It's on Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. Follow me on Instagram, link is down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Laters.